The scenarios in this film feature Harshi, an adult with lived experience of learning difficulties.
The thing to remember about the Mental Capacity Act is at its heart, it's a really simple concept. Some people like to overcomplicate it, but genuinely, it is really simple. When assessing someone under the Mental Capacity Act, there must be a reason for that assessment based on the fact that you have some sort of doubt about their ability to make this decision. It cannot be based on the person's age or appearance. You need to prepare for that assessment, so you make reasonable adjustments. This is ensuring that the person is comfortable with who is in the room with them, their surroundings, the time of day. Even the temperature can be important. If they wear glasses or need hearing aids, that these are present and in working order. And if an interpreter is needed, then that this is provided for them. When assessing capacity, you need to be very clear about what the decision is that you're making the assessment on. So if it was some sort of test, then you'd want the person to have all the information to hand about what the test involves, why it's necessary, what would happen if they didn't have the test. There are 4 parts to a capacity assessment. The first part is for the person to understand the information that you're asking them to make a decision around. So the detail of that information. Ideally, you'd have some sort of pictorial aid to help them understand the ins and outs of the test. You'd want them to ask you questions about that. And all the while you're having this conversation, you're trying to gauge if they've genuinely understood what it is you're asking them to consent to. The second part is that they need to retain that information, that detail. They need to remember it, but not forever, just long enough to do the third part, which is to weigh up that decision. So they look at the pros and the cons, the benefits and the risks of deciding one way or another way, or even what would happen if they made no decision at all. And then the last part is that they communicate that decision to you. They need to tell you what they've decided. They need to tell you by any means that they can, whether that be via an interpreter or by sign or verbal or written.